Well, hello everybody and welcome to Your Natural Healer channel. My name is Tammy and I'm very happy to have all you sun sign Sagittarians joining me for your September Zodiac reading, in which we're going to do what I call a life check-in. And in this reading, I'm going to pull 5 cards from a tarot deck, and we're going to look at career, money, love, health, spirituality. And then I'm going to draw one oracle card from this. It's called the Deep, Dark, and Dangerous Oracle card. And I really like the deck. I don't know if it's based off like a book series or what, but I like the messages in it. So we're going to draw one card from here to talk about maybe some negativity that may be coming into your space, whether it's from you or someone else, or maybe some kind of shadow work. And so we'll see what we get with that. And then normally before a reading, I always get drawn to a crystal, and, I'll set that out, in addition to all my crystals you see here. But I was really called, this is a crystal deck, so we're going to use that instead and see what you guys get. All right. So before we get started, Sagittarius, I'm not going to go over any specials or anything like that. You can look in the description below. Go to yournaturalhealer.com. I actually have a tab for specials and sales. Lots and lots of stuff. I had to do that just because there's so much going on. All different types of sales. Crystal of the week. There's a monthly crystal activation. Anyway, I'm not going to get into all that here. Go check it out. Oh, excuse me. Now, the one thing that I did want to ask is if you would please consider subscribing to the channel. And the only reason I ask that is because the YouTube formula is real and it is based off of number of subscribers. From what I understand, there are people that actually buy bot subscribers, and I'm not doing that. I'm going to get to my numbers authentically. The first number I have to get to is 500, and then 1,000, and then after that, I don't know what. So again, if you would consider subscribing, I would greatly appreciate it. You can turn the notifications off. I get that you don't want your phone blowing up, and you could turn it off for certain channels, because like myself, I have like maybe 2 or 3 channels that I keep the notifications on because they don't really post a lot. And then some other all the other channels, it's off. So you can do that. And additionally, if you find any value in my content, please give it a thumbs up. And that really helps with a different formula, which allows my videos to be seen by more people. So this way I can maybe draw in people who would be interested in my channel, but might not necessarily be able to find it. And one other note I have to say, this has been a journey. I just started this year, and being on camera, with the tarot readings, my face isn't, but, my other videos are, and things like that. This is really out of the box for me. And one of the things, it is such hard work. Oh my gosh, it is a lot of work. And I'm not into all the editing my videos, and, what you see is what you get. But anyway, this goes for any YouTuber. If you don't like their content, if you don't like the person, if you don't like the way they look, or you don't like what they have to say, don't put negativity out in the world and give them a thumbs down or leave a negative comment. Just walk away, because there are people that like the channel, and one thumbs down, one negative comment can really affect their formula and can really mess up the channel for people who would otherwise enjoy it. So again, be the bigger person. Don't put that negativity out in the world. Just walk away. All right, so Sagittarius, I'm going to start shuffling this deck. I'm going to move these 2 decks out of the way till we're ready to use them. I need the space for the spread. And really quickly, I just want to say, first of all, if the reading doesn't resonate with you, don't freak out. Now, I'm not a good card shuffler if you're new to my channel. Don't freak out. Don't say, oh, this is woo-woo, this is fake, and all that. This reading is good. I'm doing this reading 3 times a year, so I won't be doing this again till January. So it may not resonate with you till like November or December, okay? So come back to it. Additionally, when I do personal readings, I connect to your energy, Okay, and that's how I'm able to draw the cards, because I'm connected to your energy. Now, before I start a zodiac reading, I do connect to that sign's energy, which every zodiac sign has a specific energy to it. Okay, but that doesn't mean I'm going to connect to every Sagittarian on the face of the earth. All right, so you can always sign up for a personal reading if that's something you're interested in. I have lots of options, and my prices, guys, really are fair. A lot of people charge up to 125% more plus than what I charge, okay? So you can either go online to yournaturalhealer.com, or you can shoot me an email and we can talk about what kind of reading you want, what you're trying to find out, and work that way. And I can always do, I can set up a schedule. You don't have to do it through the website. The website requires appointments, which is ridiculous, because I usually will only do personal readings. You know, I'll do the recording on the weekends just because they take so long. And when I get home in the evening, you know, I don't get home from work till 6 o'clock at night. So, you know, there's a lot that goes into the reading. I have to prepare, and I have to cleanse all the tools, and I have to cleanse myself. Oh, that's what I forgot. Whoops. All my tools between readings, I do clean with sage, and I do REIKI on them as well. But I like to do just a little extra before we get started. Let's hit these cards over here. Okay. Just a little extra cleaning. So anyway, they make me set up appointments, which I think is just so ridiculous. But that's the only way you can do it. But like I said, if you email me, you know, I can just go ahead and set something up. Because if you schedule an appointment, let's say you sign up on Monday and you sign up for reading Tuesday at 7 p.m. It's not going to happen like that. I'm going to send you an email and go from there. Anyway, sorry, I really digressed on that. Now, if the reading does resonate with you, I'm going to start laying out the cards. If it does resonate with you, I want you to take your right hand. I want you to place it on your heart. Take a deep breath in and claim it for yourself. Say, yes, I claim this for myself. Okay? I'm going to put these off to the side as well. All right, so let me make these nice and pretty. So I like to have a nice presentation too. I don't want my cards slopped around. All right, so are we ready to start, Sagittarius? All right, let's go ahead. I know I say all right a lot, so bear with me. I'm trying to break myself of that habit, but I'm human, you know. And as I was saying really quickly with my channel, especially with my readings, I call the cards as I see them. There are tarot readers out there on YouTube that pull all these cards ahead of time and arrange them in a way that makes it a warm and fuzzy reading. And it's like, okay, that's not authentic. You're lying. Why are you wasting your time? Because there's a lot of work that goes into this. Why are you wasting your time giving fake readings? And life isn't all rainbows, butterflies, and unicorns. Okay? So if I get a negative card for you, excuse me, I'm not going to say, hey, Sagittarius, you're going to get hit by a bread truck on the second Tuesday of next week. You know, come on, I'm not going to say that. You know, I just might say, hey, you know, this card, lots of accidents can happen. Just be extra vigilant, extra careful, something to that effect. All right, let's go ahead and start, and we'll deal with it as we go along. All right, whoops. So the first card we're going to talk about for your life check-in is career. All right. And you got death. You're probably like, oh my God, right off the bat. Excuse me, I'm going to take a quick sip of water. The death card, everybody always thinks that the death card is the worst card in tarot. And it's not. Actually, the tower card is absolutely horrendous. Excuse me, sorry. The death card is not a bad card at all. The death card is about change. It's saying that the space you were in, or whatever it is you were doing, whether it was a relationship, could be a job, something in your life, the cycle's ended. It's done. It's over with. It's that old saying, don't beat a dead horse with a stick, or something to that effect. That is the death card. You're moving from it's a transition card. You're moving from a space that probably at the end, it didn't probably end the prettiest, but you're about to move into a space that's got a lot better, more positive energy, okay? Now, also really quickly about the death card is it does relate to your heart chakra, okay? It is also a card associated with the element of water. So if you've ever worked with water energy, or even just think about water, water can be very quenching. We need it for life. It can cool us, it can warm us, but water can also be dangerous. You know, think of like hurricanes and you know, tides that, you know, the rip tides that pull you under. Water can be very dangerous and deadly, okay? So, but the water element usually deals a lot of times with emotions. And this card in particular deals with the planet Mars and Mars energy. And Mars energy, think about, you know, the god Mars, you know, war, the god of war. And then it also is Scorpio energy. And Scorpio gets a really bad rep in tarot, okay? So just because it says Scorpio card doesn't mean this card only can pertain to Scorpios. It's just saying it draws off that Zodiac's energy, okay? Because we all have, you know, various signs within our chart. So what does this have to do with career? You know, I'm sitting here giving you a tarot lecture, but I like to try to give as much information as I can. Change is coming, okay? And, you know, it is, and you might not be feeling like it's the best change. You might even be feeling a little beat up or something, but there is change that's about to come and everything is going to be okay. You know, whether it's you're changing career paths or maybe you're changing positions within the same company. It could even mean something to the effect of like maybe a boss. You're getting a new boss, which is going to create change. Maybe you've been unemployed and you're going to get reemployed. That is a big change because the death card is a major arcana card, which means it's a bigger event. Okay, it's not something willy-nilly like they're just going to change your cubicle from the 3rd floor to the 4th floor. You know, this is bigger than that. But it's not bad. There's nothing that you really need to fear. You know, don't resist the change because change, yes, is scary. But if you resist this change, you know, it's just going to make things really harder on you. So take this change as a good thing. And, you know, always remember when one door closes in our life, and this goes across the board, when one door closes, another opens. So that's what's happening here, Sagittarius, is one door is closing and another door is opening. And it is up to you to move forward in your life and take that step through that door, okay? So it's not a bad card at all. It's very positive change. All right, let's talk about money. This is usually the first thing people like to talk about is love and then it's money. So we're going to do money. And you got the 7 of Cups. Oh, this is another water card. So again, this card deals with the element of water. So, you know, you might kind of, you know, if you meditate or do any kind of work with the elements, maybe you want to start working with the element of water. We'll see what other cards you get. But the fact that you've gotten 2 in a row, you know, kind of piques my interest. And this is a card that deals with our solar plexus. It draws on the energy of the planet Venus as well as Scorpio again. Your birth chart. If you have your birth chart, I would be curious to see where Scorpio and what houses you have Scorpio in. If you don't have a birth chart, I do an analysis. The software I use, it's very, very layman terms. It's not all the jargon. It's a wonderful program that's used by a lot of the top astrologers. And when I pull the report, you know, I'll add some commentary to it as well. But my birth chart reports are minimum 30 pages, but most of them are more 40. And you get a PDF file that you can save forever. And I don't keep your personally identifiable information. Once you confirm that you've gotten your report, I delete all your information and the report as well. So I'd be really curious right now to see where Scorpio is lying in your birth chart. But anyway, in terms of money with the Seven of Cups, your finances are not bad, not at all. They may be a little stagnant, or they may not be as good as you want, but they're not bad. You're not like hurting for money or anything of that nature. And this card is just saying that, you're looking for ways to, maybe save more for a rainy day or retirement or whatever, and maybe generating more disposable income. But whatever it is, do your due diligence, because you have a lot of options available to you in terms of finances. And, when I say finances, yes, it does mean money, but finances can also be your assets, things like a car, retirement plan, stocks, bonds, property, things of that nature. So whatever, choices that you're presented with, or options or opportunities, is actually the better word. Whatever opportunities that you are going to be presented with here over the next couple of months, just really remember that not everything is always as it seems, okay? Because some of these options are going to look really bad and they're actually really good. And some of these options are going to look outstanding on paper. And as soon as you sign, dot your I's, cross your T's, and sign your name on that dotted line, you're going to find out you're getting screwed. So do your due diligence. Use your third eye as well. Just remember that if it sounds too good or it just doesn't sit right in your gut, you might want to pay attention, and that's where the solar plexus comes in, because our intuition is our third eye, but the really gut instinct is really coming from our solar plexus. But really pay attention to that gut instinct when it comes in terms of making any big financial decisions, because you're going to have a lot of options. You really are. All right, let's talk about now. Let's check in on, love. And for love, you got the King of Swords. Now, a lot of times with these kind of cards, it can be about you or someone else, and it's kind of hard to tell in this type of reading, a general reading. Normally, I would draw a supporting card to determine, are we talking about you or someone else? But I'm not going to do that for a general reading. Really, let me tell you first of all about the energy of the card. It is a third eye chakra card. Because it's swords, it deals with the element of air. And then it really doesn't have a planet association, but it does draw on 2 zodiac signs, because it lays at that 20-degree mark where that's the cusp. So it lies on the cusp of Taurus and Gemini energy, okay? So if you're in a relationship, this is really a good thing, because not only are you emotionally and physically connected with your significant other, but you're really on a good mental connection that's happening here. So that's a really good thing, because, sometimes we lack that, and you're just hitting on all cylinders with this. Now, if you are somebody that's looking into starting a family, the King of Swords can sometimes refer to paternity. So, maybe you're going to find out that you and your significant other will be expecting. So if that's the case, congratulations. That's why you kind of see this little like stork looking guy here. Okay. Now, if you're single, you're either involved with, or you're going to get involved with someone who is very not regal, but they're very self-disciplined, almost to the point of kind of militant. they're very cool, they're very confident, but they're very disciplined. They believe in law and order, and they're very honest people, and they don't like disorder. They don't like people not following authority. But they're very loyal as well. And this may refer to someone who is possibly Libra or Aquarius or the twins, Gemini. Okay, so that may be somebody you're involved with, or somebody that's going to be coming into your love life that is one of those three signs. Now, you might be saying, okay, well, if I'm a girl, or if I'm a guy, I'm going to be meeting this militant woman. Don't think of her in terms of like a female matron at a women's prison or something like that. That's like super hard or something like this. But this, if it's a woman, they've got those qualities where they don't break the rules and they don't lie and they're very honest, and you can have all those qualities and still be very feminine. So just this person's really big on truth and honesty and self-discipline, and carries themselves very highly. Think of like a king sitting on his throne. That's definitely the energy of that person. So if you're single, the point I wanted to make with that, with talking about their attributes, is that if you're not somebody that follows the rules, you're not going to be for them. If you're not somebody who has self-discipline, they're going to lose interest in you really, really quickly. So again, don't be something you're not. Never do that. You should never change for anybody. But if you wonder why the relationship kind of maybe fizzles out or falls apart, it's just you guys have totally different personalities. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's somebody out there for them and somebody out there for you. But if you are somebody that picks up these kind of qualities or have them yourself, then, this is going to be a really good match for you. All right. Let's talk about health now. Now, before I get into health, I do want to say really quickly, with health, please remember that anything that I talk about, I'm not going to diagnose or treat you. I'm always recommending meditation. I always recommend crystals. Sometimes I'll recommend some essential oils. But you need to remember that anything that I talk about that has to deal with spirituality or holistic healing, whether it's tarot, whether it's essential oils, crystal sage, sound healing, chakras, anything of that nature, I am not trying to replace a medical doctor. If you are sick, if you have an illness, if you have symptoms, if you're hurt, call your doctor. If it's an emergency, dial 911. Always remember that alternative medicine is supposed to work in conjunction with the medical community. It's not supposed to replace it. Okay, got that disclaimer in there. So let's talk about health. And you got the Hanged Man. Okay. All right. For some of you, I think you guys got, excuse me, maybe not, I'm not talking like super serious. I mean, it could be, but I'm not getting that vibe. But, maybe something chronic that's going on. With this card, you need to look at all aspects of healing. So this would be a great card, like, for example, I'll give you myself. I'm on high blood pressure medicine. I've been on high blood pressure medicine for, oh my gosh, 10, 11 years. But I use crystals for my high blood pressure. I utilize Reiki. I get Reiki. I do my own Reiki treatments. I do Reiki on myself. I use certain essential oils. And my blood pressure medicine has never increased the dosage. I'm on the lowest dosage possible. So I really do attribute that to not only the medication, but the other things that I use. So, and meditation, oh my gosh, meditation, yoga. And when I talk about meditation, I also mean yoga, because those kind of go hand in hand. Although you can do yoga and not meditate, and you can meditate and not do yoga. So what I'm saying is, maybe if you're being treated, say, for example, for stress or anxiety, try some meditation or go take a yoga class. Although I've taken yoga a few times and I enjoyed it, but there is nothing relaxing to me about yoga. But anyway, maybe get a Reiki treatment. Utilize some crystals, but come at it from all aspects. Because again, when you have the medical community working with the alternative medical community, neither one is perfect. And, when you hit it at all angles, then you just see lots of wonderful things. And then another thing is that, for some of you guys, you might be getting frustrated with how long your healing process is going. And the universe is just saying, hey, don't freak out. Don't worry about it. Have some patience. Don't get frustrated. Everything is going to be just fine. Okay? Just do what you're supposed to do. Try some new things as well, and you're going to be A-okay. So that's not a bad card to get. Not at all. All right. Let's see. All right. Let me get a sip of water really quickly. My apologies. All this talking. All right. So now we want to look at the final major life thing we want to look at is we're going to look at spirituality. Now, I always refer to the universe. Some people can refer to it as God, some Allah, spirit, whatever you want. Nobody, you can't say that one person is more right than the other, So I like using universe, or that's what I usually say, the universe. And that's just a nice universal word. I'm not talking necessarily religion here. You can be religious and spiritual. You can be religious and not spiritual. And it goes the other way around. You can be spiritual and not religious, and you can be spiritual and religious. So I'm talking about your deep core, your soul, okay? Not talking about your religion, whether you're Catholic or Muslim or Jewish or whatever. All right, so you got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, this card has to deal with the throat chakra, and it deals with, oh, and I didn't tell you. Oh my gosh. Hold on, put a pin in this. This is another water card. This has to deal with the third eye, water, Neptune, and Zodiac is the fish, Pisces. So again, lots of water stuff going on here, okay? So really pay attention to your emotions, Sagittarius, because I'd be curious as to what's going on with that. So again, check out Scorpio in your chart, and I'd be curious about, I'd also be wondering how many water signs you have in your birth chart. All right, so I apologize. So this is third chakra, which draws on energy from the element Earth, Mercury, and Taurus, okay? And as far as a spiritual context, I think that maybe, sorry, I hit my tripod. I think that you've gone maybe recently through a hard time spiritually. Maybe you've been looking at different things, and maybe you've even felt a little guilty about it. So, like, for example, so many people that are Christian will sit there and go, oh, I can't do Reiki because it's against my religion. Or I'm Catholic, I can't do Reiki. And then they feel like they've done something sinful. And it's not. Reiki has nothing to do with religion. Crystals have nothing to do with religion. They come from the earth. You're just using their energy, I mean, what's more authentic? A crystal that comes from the earth, or a pill that comes from a laboratory? I mean, come on. But I don't know if maybe other people have been judging you, or if maybe, and I'm not trying to pick on one religion, but, I know that Catholics, especially if you've if you were born into the Catholic religion and you're like maybe 40 or 50 years old, that, and maybe you don't necessarily agree with it, but you feel maybe a little guilty. There's no reason to feel guilty. You need to believe in what you want to believe in, okay? And I really think that whatever you're exploring and that whatever you're getting over through this hardship, that you're really starting to have a little bit of faith again, okay? And whether that's faith in God, faith in the universe, whatever you want to call it, you're having faith again. And that's a really good thing. So whatever you went through, learn the lesson. There was a lesson that you were meant to learn from this tribulation, okay? Use the strength you learned from that. Use the wisdom that you learned from that, not only to help yourself grow, but to help others that may come to you or may say, I started doing yoga, which I seen somebody make a post on Facebook about how yoga is infiltrating religion and turning people against God. And I'm like, what? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. And people can believe what they want, but don't, like I said, I don't care if that's what you want to believe it. That's on you. But don't make somebody else feel bad because they do yoga and they're a Christian. I mean, come on, who are you to judge anybody else? So again, somebody might be talking about something like that, something similar that you've gone through, and use that experience, use that knowledge, use that strength that you've gained to help them, okay? But you're really getting back on your spiritual path, so really great job. All right, let's talk about now something negative that may be coming into your space. This could be about you. It may be about somebody else. We'll know when we pull a card. I was going to say cards, but it's just one card. All right, so the card you got is, and I'm not sure what that pook or whatever it is. It has something to do with the character in the card. Like I said, I think this comes from a book or something. But it says fear. And I think that in this next space that you're about to enter into, that I think the universe is telling you it's time to face a fear. And I don't necessarily mean the fear of spiders and go lay in a crate and have somebody pour buckets of spiders on you. Oh, hell no. There was that show, I forget what it was called, where people would do that crazy stuff. Wasn't Joe Rogan the MC or whatever? Oh, I can see it, but I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, they used to do all these Fear Factor, I think it was called, or Factory, Fear Factor. Ain't no way you could offer me $10 million. You are not pouring one spider on me. Nope, I'm happy with my life the way it is without spiders. So I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. I'm talking about a fear that's deep within you. Okay, so this isn't necessarily negative, but what the universe is saying, that the universe wants you to do a little shadow work. There's something that's been bothering you, something that maybe you've pushed down and you've never really faced and never maybe really worked through the emotions. And the universe is saying, you know what? There's no reason to be afraid of this. It's in the past. Because as you see, it's behind this kid. Okay? So this is symbolizing that it's in the past. It cannot affect you anymore. But it is affecting you because when you push things down and you don't deal with them and you bottle up the emotions need to be felt. That's why we're here on earth. That's what makes us human. That's what makes a human experience, our emotions. We're meant to feel pain, and we're meant to feel heartache and jealousy and hate and fear and love and all of it. But when you repress this stuff and those emotions cannot be processed, it is going to manifest in other ways. It's going to manifest physically, it's going to manifest emotionally, it's going to manifest mentally, it's going to manifest spiritually, okay? You need to deal with it. If it's something super traumatic, oh my gosh, where did that accent come from? Sorry, let me fix this camera. I keep hitting it. If it's something super traumatic, then I would suggest maybe going and speaking with a therapist. There is nothing wrong with talking to a therapist. They're judgmental. They're non-judgmental, and they're trained medically to help you through it. Another thing is meditate. Meditate will help you as well. Whatever the trauma is, there's all kinds of crystals out there. There's crystals for PTSD. There's crystals if you're dealing with heartache or grief. I would suggest to you, I do offer a guided meditation. It's free. It's on this channel. Go to the playlist, guided meditations. It's called the Pink Energy. It's not just for females. It is a very good healing energy. We all need all the different colors of energy. And the pink energy really helps you work through grief and heartache, trauma, loss, and will really help you out. If you are going through something like that, then, like I said, there's pink crystals that can help, things like pink tourmaline, rose quartz. And if you're looking for something, email me. I'd be more than happy to suggest a crystal. I sell crystals as well. My crystals, I think, are very fairly priced. I don't price gouge. And you can always check out yournaturalhealer.com for that. But definitely maybe do a little bit of shadow work. Go easy on yourself when you do it. Even if it's something that's not like, let's say maybe you were suffering from PTSD from military service. Really great crystal is fuchsite. Fuchsite is green, so it's also a heart chakra crystal, but I would also use some rose quartz with that, which is going to help you be gentle with yourself, to help you show some empathy towards yourself, and to help you come at this from a loving, heart-centered space. Okay? All right, well, let's see what crystal. Hey, maybe you'll get pink tourmaline or something to that effect. We'll see what the universe wants you to work with. So I'm running out of room on the desk to shuffle. Oh, and it's getting hot. Need to turn the AC up. Or down, rather. Okay, so the card you got is Selenite. Spiritual awakening. Well, that is a horrible picture. I love these cards, but that is an awful picture of selenite. Let me reach over here. This is selenite. They look nothing alike. Selenite comes in all forms. I sell these. These are nice to put over like a door frame, or to put at your door. So when you come in the house, just give yourself a quick sweep. It cleans your auric field. I have selenite spheres. I have little pieces that, well, they're bigger than this. But I have little pieces of selenite. But anyway, it's a spiritual awakening. Okay, we're going to put that there. And that plays into this card that we talked about with your spirituality. We just said that, you're moving from a place where you were having a real hard time spiritually, and you're now again finding faith in the universe. And that's called spiritual awakening. And that is a fantastic thing to have. So definitely use selenite. Selenite is wonderful because you never need to charge it. You never need to clean it. You can just set it and have it touch another crystal, and it will draw any negative energy that this crystal gathered, and this one will pick it up, and what it does is it transmutes that negative energy into positive energy. As I said, it really protects our auric field, which our auric field is our bubble, and that is about 3.5 feet all around us, top to bottom. So definitely, if you do any kind of working on your spiritual stuff, I would definitely, this is part of what I call the crystal toolbox. I don't care if you're a beginner or a seasoned pro, you should always have a piece of selenite. Not just for the fact that it cleanses the other crystals, but this is called the stone of pure white light, okay? And it is just a beautiful, beautiful crystal for really getting that chakra, or getting your aura really cleansed, okay? All right, Sagittarius, well, that is all I have for you today. So I hope that you got something out of this, and I thank you so much again for joining me for your life check-in. I will be doing this reading again in January. Next month will be the state of the chakras, I think is what I called it. Something to that effect. But anyway, I hope to see you on a Monday or Friday, because I do a weekly universal guidance on Monday. I do an email from your guardian angel on Friday. Check me out on Facebook. Lots of stuff going on there. Special live sales for crystals. Funny memes, there's essential oil blend recipes, just all kinds of stuff. So check me out on Facebook as well. And don't forget, go check out yournaturalhealer.com. Lots of stuff on there, lots of products, lots of services. And I'm going to let you go. So Sagittarius, you, or I should point you, go live your best life, but do it the natural way. Namaste.